Good evening, good morning, good afternoon, wherever you are. We are here to talk about dogs on Saro Dog Training. Hello and welcome to Saro Dog Training channel. Hope you're doing well and hope everything is going well. In this live video, we're going to talk about why is it that your dog doesn't listen to you and how you can eliminate some of this unwanted behavior. Then you can also, we are also going to answer your questions live. So let's get started. If you are new here, my name is Saro. I'm a dog trainer, also coach dog owners, and we focus on training dogs without the use of treats, aversive tools, force, or domination. And we focus on training dogs using play and praise reward system. I have started a new series where we're going to talk about and also learn how to train a dog who's not food motivated. Whether you have a dog who's food motivated or not, it's a good concept for you to learn and understand and focus on in a way, and maybe take some information out of it. So the series has already started. The first video is up and running in the channel. You can go ahead and watch it if you haven't. But today we're going to start to talk about why is it that your dog doesn't listen to you. And I would say I have narrowed it down to 5 reasons why your dog doesn't listen to you. And we're going to go through the list. So reason number one is because there's no clear communication between you and your dog. And this is obvious. If you don't have a clear communication, your dog is not going to listen to you. And communication is made of you investing some time to train your dog. Start with basic obedience, puppy training, things like that, and just attending or selecting a training so you can build some form of communication. So the number one reason that you don't have the success of your dog listening to you is because you are not training your dog. And what are training what is the training a dog? What does training a dog looks like? Let me see if I can show you what training a dog looks like. Um, see. So I'm gonna show you something that it may give you some ideas of what training a dog looks like. I'm gonna have it as a. Let me see if I can show it to you. So how does a training look like? How does training a dog looks like? This is training. This is what I'm doing at the moment with this beagle is that I'm training her, and that's how training looks like. You should have, you should put the dog on a leash and start basic obedience. Teach your dog do this, do that, listen to this, listen to that. That's what training is. That's how you build a communication system between you and your dog. This is now a game that I'm playing with this beagle, Sky. We're trying to improve the walk, for example, in this instance. So we're using this technique to build some form of communication. So if you do some training with your dog, then you're going to have some form of communication. Therefore, you're going to have a dog who's going to listen to you. I hope that makes sense. And meanwhile, if you have any questions, feel free to ask your questions in the chat line. I'll be answering them as soon as I can, or if it's related to the topic that we're talking, I'll answer it right away. Now, the number two reason why your dog doesn't listen to you, because the dog doesn't know what it's supposed to do. When a dog doesn't know what it's supposed to do, they don't listen. They can't figure out what you're trying to say, and what is your purpose of asking them to come. For example, when you're asking a dog to come and it doesn't come, uh, it's just simply the dog doesn't know what you mean when you say come. Doesn't know what that means. The word come, it doesn't have any meaning in its vocabulary, right? Doesn't know what come means. So you have to teach your dog the come command. You know, the come command is a command that, for example, is one of the basic obedience commands that we teach the dog. And what happens is we practice the, for example, the come command or sit command or commands like that, to make sure that the dog understand what exactly come means, what exactly sit means, what exactly stay means. So you practice these until the dog really knows the meaning of it. The problem is with training a dog is that most dog owners, they don't train their dogs enough, or they don't train their dogs in different environments, and therefore they want to have results. But if for example, your dog doesn't know what come means or stay means, then don't ask your dog to come and stay, because they don't just simply don't know. So you have to make sure that your dog knows exactly what you're saying, and then um, expect your dog to listen to you. So that's number two reason why your dog doesn't listen to you. Let's go to number three. The reason number three for that your dog doesn't listen to you is because it thinks that you're playing with it, right? Uh, so what I mean by that is, when you're asking your dog to come or do something, you're asking it to do something and it doesn't do it, uh, is because your dog thinks that you're playing with it. It's a game. You're interacting with your dog. For example, if you're asking your dog to come and it doesn't come, what happens? You chase your dog, right? You go after your dog. And when you go after your dog thinks, huh, my mom or my dad is chasing me, so it's playing. Let's play then. It's playtime. So it doesn't know that you're actually trying to ask it to come. Now the come command became a game. So that's the reason why your dog thinks, I don't have to listen to my mom or my dad or my human, right? Because they think it's a game. So you have to make sure that your dog knows that when you're asking it to come, for example, or sit, it knows, first of all, what it means, right? And you have built that communication, and then ask your dog to come or sit and do certain behaviors that you want it to do. And then it will listen to you. If you haven't done enough, then it's better not to practice that. And we're going to talk about that actually next. So number four reason why your dog doesn't listen to you is because you're practicing the wrong exercise. You're practicing the wrong or repeating the wrong practices. Um, so as I said, for example, if you are asking your dog to come and your dog doesn't come, what happens? You start chasing your dog. So your dog thinks that you are playing with it. And that, if you keep repeating that, what happens is, your dog thinks that that's what come means. Come means I have to run. You know, mom, it's a chase game, right? So they don't really understand exactly what you're trying to say. And you, for example, the other bad mistake or bad um, behavior that humans, both humans and dogs, repeat is the fact that the dog is practicing a behavior that the human doesn't realize that it's a bad exercise to practice. So you say come and your dog doesn't come to you. What happens? You either let go, give up, or you start chasing your dog and your dog starts running away and thinks that you're playing with it. So the dog learns the wrong lesson. So let's say if you're mm, giving up and letting it go, and you don't do anything about it when you ask your dog to come and it doesn't come, then your dog thinks come doesn't mean anything. It come doesn't have any meaning. They say come and they give up. Or sometimes if you're chasing your dog and asking your dog to come and it doesn't come and you start ending up chasing your dog, what happens is your dog thinks it's a game. We're playing this game. So I'm not going to come and I'm not going to listen to my mom or my human, right? So that's another reason why probably your dog doesn't listen to you because you're repeating the wrong practice. And I would say that the most important reason why your dog doesn't listen to you is because you're using treats to train your dog. Believe it or not, that's something that I've come across a lot of dog owners. There are some dog owners who are very responsible and they train their dog using treats properly and magnificently. I'm having a hard time saying this word, but they train their dogs really good. But the problem is most dog owners, they don't use treats and treat training. They don't do it properly. And you may be one of them. And the reason you're not using your dog is not listening to you because you're using treats to train your dog. And for novice dog owners, when they use treats to train dogs, it becomes a challenge. It becomes a challenge, and also it backfires when you use treats to train your dog, um, because you're using the treat at the wrong time, with the wrong approach, with the wrong state of mind, and your dog doesn't understand exactly why is it getting rewarded. So, for instance, there was examples that I used to run training classes. Let's say I was running agility training classes, and the student would come, and this student had used treats to train their dogs, and they were trying to use treats during the agility training as well. And these were students who I had not trained them. They did not use my training method. They came from the background of training dogs with treats. And when they were in that environment of agility class, they were supposed to do agility obstacles. And what was happening is they were not able to encourage their dog to do something like to jump an obstacle or to do something on one of the obstacles. And the reason for that was because these owners, they had used treats to train their dogs, the wrong way anyways. They didn't have a solid foundation of training. And then meanwhile, now they don't have a good and well trained dog, even though they have used treats to train their dogs, they don't have a well trained dog. And then they come to a class that is completely different than, let's say, obedience class, and they're trying to encourage their dog to do something. And even though they're trying to use treats to encourage the dog to do, jump a hoop or jump some obstacle, the dogs wouldn't do it. Even simple task of jumping, they wouldn't do it. Some of them, they would just freeze. They would, be surprised that what the hell is this? What is this environment? Why am I here? I'm freaking out. I have no communication skills. I don't know what I'm supposed to do. I'm very confused. And mom, dad, what are you trying to do with me? What are we doing here? I don't want to do this. This looks scary. All these thoughts were going in their dog's mind. They would dangle the treats in front of the dog, and the dog would refuse it, wouldn't touch it, wouldn't care about it, and the dog wouldn't do any of the simple obstacles as well. And then the owner would get discouraged because the dog wasn't showing any interest in this basically fantastic sport that you can do with your dog. So what was happening, these dogs were, even though treat trained, they were not trained, and they wouldn't listen to their owners. They wouldn't respond to anything. There was no communication, nothing applied there. The dog had no idea what it was supposed to do. So I would say, if I had, let's say, 6 students in a class, and 5 of them were treat trained, and one of them was one of my students who wasn't treat trained, my, not to brag, but the dog who was not trained with treats easily would do everything, didn't have any confusion, because the dog owner was just simply playing with the dog. And they had that communication, they had that relationship, they had their bond, and they would do simple activities such as jumping an obstacle. But the other dog owners who had treats, they would use the treat, the dog would shut down, would stay in the corner. You had to go and put the leash on and maybe kind of force the dog to do something which was not ideal. I didn't want to do it. I didn't want them to do it, but the dog owner was saying, you know what? Sometimes they would say, I think he can do it. It's just, he's shy or this or that. Uh, Let me just put the leash on and let me see if he's going to do it. And they wouldn't do it. The dog would get even more cranky and more freaked out, uh, just because it didn't know what it's supposed to do. So in this example that I'm sharing with you, that I used to have students who used to train dogs with treats, first of all, they didn't have any communication because they were using treats. They didn't have any communication system. Second of all, because they were using treats, the dog didn't know what it was supposed to do. Third of all, the dog, even though we're in a fun environment and we want to play, some dogs would just run around and just goof around, wouldn't listen to the owner. They would run around and just do whatever they wanted, and the dog owner would shout, come on, come back here, sit, stay, wait, let's do this obstacle. It was a chaos. They couldn't control. The dog thought that they were playing. They wouldn't listen. And also the dog owner, now that is in that environment and is trying to train the dog agility and saying, come, sit, and the dog is just not coming and not listening. It's not doing what it's supposed to do, and the dog owner is just, okay, good boy, good girl, repeating and practicing wrong behaviors. When the dog is not sitting, the dog owner was just rewarding it, for nothing. And that was, something that I would say the dog was saying, you know, I don't have to listen to you. Why are you telling me to do this? I don't have to do this. So the main reason and main problem was that dogs were treat trained. I see that we have one question. Let me answer that question. The question is from Brandon Simon. What if your dog isn't interested in treats? Very good question and very common questions. You don't have to use treats. For example, in this example that you're seeing in this video, me and Harvey, we are training here agility. Let me actually share the video with you. Give me a second. Let me share the audio of the video with you, so you can understand. And I think this will answer your question. Let me see if I can get this going. So let me just start with saying that yes, there are dogs who are not treat motivated. There are dogs who are not play motivated. There are dogs who are not praise motivated. What do you do with those dogs? I'm buffering again. Okay, let me see. Why is it buffering? Yeah. Hold on. It's coming. It's happening. Whenever we go live and we are sharing videos, this buffering happens, which is kind of annoying. Give me a second. Let it buffer, and then I'll start. So if a dog is not treat motivated, which is hold on, come on, you can do it. Internet, you can do it. Okay, I think it's not going to happen. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to show you. Let's see if I can show you the video at least. Come on. So what I'm saying in here is that the treats, if your dog is not motivated in treats, I use play. So in this case, for example, I'm asking Harvey to, you're using a toy to play, and the toy and the play is kind of his reward, right? So when I'm asking Harvey to go and sit and stay and then jump, now you would think that the reward is the toy, but here's the thing. I'm asking Harvey to sit and stay, right? And if you sit and stay, I'm going to reward you with allowing you to jump the obstacle. Because in his mind, he wants to jump the obstacle. That's his reward. You think it's the toy, but in his mind is the jumping that is the reward. Even though I'm asking him to jump, right? But in his mind, he's saying, I want to interact with dad, and what dad tells me to do and what dad tells me to have fun with, I'm going to do it. So he's joining my party and he's doing what I'm presenting to him. I'm saying, here's the party. The party includes jumping off the obstacles. And if you sit for me, and if you stay, stay, his reward now is the jumping. There's no toy now. The jumping is the reward. The jumping and running around and interacting with me and just having fun is the reward. So that's one of the things that I would suggest, look at him, is having fun, right? So he's jumping around and running around and he's goofing off, but he's listening to me. And it's all without the use of treats, right? I haven't used treats to train any of my dogs. And you would say, uh, you have beagles, but I have also fostered shepherd, German shepherds. Speaking of German shepherds and fostering, my next video that is coming on Tuesday, you're going to see a glimpse of the dogs that I used to foster. So I have trained German shepherds. I have mainly trained beagles. With beagles tend to be known as foodie, food motivated, and I have trained them without the use of treats, and they're well behaved. They're well taken care of, and they very well behaved, right? And all my beagles, they've been trained without treats. Is this possible to train dogs? And Brandon, you especially that you have a dog that is not food interested in food, which is not food motivated. You definitely want to check out my channel. Let me see here. Go to my channel, and I've started this new series that's called, not food motivated dogs. We're all it's all going to be about dogs who are not food motivated. We're going to start talking about that. This video is already up and running on my channel. You can go ahead and watch that. You're welcome to watch most of my videos. Even this down and stay is training without the use of treats. We teach down command. So definitely check out my channel. Make sure to subscribe to my channel, Brandon, if you haven't yet. Uh, Make sure to watch some of my videos. You're going to gain a lot more there. So yeah, I hope you can benefit from the content that I'm providing on my channel. And thank you for being here and asking your question. Um, it, oh yeah, that's perfect. Thank you. Great. Yes, definitely. My channel is. What kind of dog you have, Brandon? What kind of dog you have? What age is it? And tell me a little bit about your dog. Um, my channel especially is dedicated to, empowering. That's the channel's banner. Empowering your bond, achieving results through treat-free training. That's the channel. What the channel is all about. We focus on training dogs without the use of treats, food, aversive tools and methods, force or domination. So definitely you're in the right place, Brandon. Brandon, and anybody who has a dog who's not treat motivated or food motivated, just understand that there's nothing wrong with your dogs. They're natural, normal dogs, and they are normal dogs. And normal dogs they are not food motivated, believe it or not. Humans are the ones who enforce the dog to be food motivated. And those dogs or dog owners who, even especially that they force the dog to be food motivated, they don't do an even good job. And I'm not saying they're, all dog owners who train their dogs are wrong or they're doing bad. All I'm saying is 99% of the dogs are not food motivated, and dog owners force them to be food motivated. And there are dogs who really do well with when trained with treats. There are many dog owners who do very well, but there are many dog owners also that they don't realize that they can train their dogs without the use of treats, without the frustration of having uh, to deal with treats. And by understanding exactly what you're supposed to do and how you can train your dog, you can have actually a great dog. And one of them is, you know, I'm going to be offering you here the program. This live program is brought to you by Saro Dog Training's Perfect Dog Plan. Is is a coaching program that is for frustrated dog owners and training dogs online by providing weekly group and lifetime one-on-one support plus a customized dog training plan with video lessons using a unique dog training method without the use of treats, food, aversive tools, and methods. I have many wonderful students, and I have had many students as well that they had a great success with the system, with this program that I've provided. It's a program that there is no such a program in the world. There is no such a program in the world. I can honestly tell you, because the amount of personalized and customization that I provide and one-on-one support that I provide in this program is unbelievable. You get dog training, you get to learn how to train your dog without the treats. You get lifetime access to the program. You get weekly coaching calls with me personally. There's a video learning library that you can go on your own pace and learn as much as you want, as much as you need to. It's a fun, simple, effective dog training with personalized one on one coaching and training, weekly coaching calls, downloadable files, video learning library, monthly challenges, lifetime access, treat free training, positive reinforcement techniques, customized training plan, and community support. And if you want to see if this is a program that is ideal for you, there, you can apply for this to register for this program. It's a based on invitation. What that means is we do a video interview to make sure we do a video call to see if you are an ideal client, ideal student for the program, and if I'm an ideal instructor, coach, trainer for you. And if it does work out, then you can register. If it not doesn't, nothing to worry about. So if you want to join the program, apply at the link below in the description. There's a link that you can set up a video call with me that we can talk and see if you are one of the best candidates for the program. And Brandon is saying it's a husky German Shepherd, 1 year old, turning two in 2 months. His dog. Yeah, definitely huskies or even German Shepherds. I had a German Shepherd too. They had two German Shepherds, Sherwood and Sammy. Those two were my German Shepherds. I miss them dearly. They were wonderful dogs. They didn't care about treats. They were easily trained. Huskies are a little bit more challenging than German Shepherd, but Huskies are fun individuals that you can train them. You can teach them anything you want. Um, yeah, definitely. You have a Husky German Shepherd cross. You have two of the best breeds that are easily trained and are wonderful to train, and also they're not food motivated. Don't push them food. Don't push them treats to respond to those. Don't make them foodie. Uh, you can easily train them using play and praise. Definitely. I have a system that I use, play and praise reward system. We work on that and we teach dogs and they get great results. Yeah, definitely. I wouldn't suggest you to force them to respond to treats, Brandon. All right, I think that's about it for tonight. We were trying a different time and different day during the week to see if we're just testing different times and different time zones to see which one works for everybody. For me, this time works too, but it seems like there's not many viewers at this time. So we will try some other times as well. So Thank you very much for being here. If you enjoyed this live training session, give it a like, hit the like button, subscribe to the channel, share this live session as well with your friends and family members who are dog lovers themselves. Um, Make sure to subscribe and hit the bell icon as well so you will get notified as soon as I post my next video or if I go live. Next video comes out on Tuesday. Can't wait to share with you. This series is going to blow your mind. I hope you're going to view them and enjoy them. Until next time, have fun with your dog. See you later.